soon. And again, oh, holy shit. Everybody, welcome Falcon, Frozen State. If you're wondering what Frozen State is all about, that's a very good question to start off with, I would imagine. Frozen State's kind of a game that I've been getting a lot of requests to kind of check out. And I'd figure, you know what, Halloween's almost around the corner. October's coming up. Well, by the time this comes out, it might be October already, it might not, who knows. I'm not entirely sure because of my recording schedules, but that's besides the point. I've been getting a lot of requests to check this out, and I decided to do so, and I kind of enjoyed what I saw and what I played with a bit. And by what I played with, I mean the game, not anything else. But it's kind of like I believe that the game, how it works, at least the lore behind it, is that there was some sort of like alien disease that crash landed on Earth. Basically, you're one of the probably only, if few survivors left out there. And I believe it takes place in Serbia or Siberia. I want to say it's Serbia, though. Pretty sure it's one or the other. I forget. I'm a common American plebe, so you know Serbia and Siberia sounds the same to me, even though they're vast different places altogether. So apologies if that kind of insults anybody or offends anybody. I'm not trying to. However, so that's basically the premise, and then you it works like an isometric survival type of game, kind of like Project Zomboid in a sense, where you kind of have to stock up on items. However, only with this game, you're not only trying to fend off the, you know, alien threat, but at the same time, you're also trying to fend off the weather, the environments, the surroundings, everything around you. So food, dehydration, hypothermia, what have you, everything like that. You have to kind of fend all that off, right? So, and the other thing about it I really enjoyed is it kind of seems to me, at least like the playstyle, or reminds me a lot of like old school Silent Hill, and I thought that was a big fucking plus from it in my book anyway, because I'm a big fan of the old school Silent Hill type of games. So, with all that said and done, let's get into the game here and try to figure out what we're going to be doing here. So we do a new game. Again, this is also a alpha game still. It's an early access, so again, don't expect everything to be included, but there is at least a sizable amount of exploration and survival that I kind of wanted to give it a little go-ahead here. For instance, Maria is still in development. Each character is going to have a upside to them, right? Let's see, each of the characters has his own strengths and weaknesses, which may considerably affect the playstyle. So right now with this guy, you have Stas over here, which is his occupation was a high school bully, and he's a hooligan. I'm not bypass this, but I'm gonna go with Ingvar, though, the badass 51-year-old SDNS officer. So, you know, we're gonna go with him instead of this high school bully, but we'll probably check him out later on, more than likely. I wanna go with Ingvar, though, just because this is what I've played with before, so I kinda know what to expect. Hint, welcome to Duga 40. This abandoned house became your temporary home. Temporary home? No, it's temporary home, Falcon. If you spoke like, you know, regular people did. You've worked well to fortify and protect it from the hybrids and other unwelcome guests, but your supplies have dwindled and you must go into the city to replenish them. Look over your house to check what's left. It's a good idea to start with your own pockets. Hit tab to open Lock 12, which is your kind of inventory system. You have enough resources, craft a few campfires, they definitely will come in handy, and that's a really, really big thing to remember. Don't forget to put some clothes on. This cold outside can kill you quickly. Before leaving your home, take a look at the manual that was downloaded to your Luck 12. It will explain the basics you should know to stay alive. Some in-game windows also contain hints, useful tips. Press the icon with a question mark on it to open a hint. Alrighty, so here we go. This is basically the style of the game over here, this whole isometric type of thing. If there's one thing I will kind of say that I am not too pleased about the game, is that you move around with WASD, which is fine. However, you rotate the camera with the right mouse button, which I guess is a little bit annoying. I would have preferred like Q or E just because I'm kind of used to it now. And then you kind of can't level the camera. This is basically what you're stuck with it all the time, so you can't zoom in or zoom out. So with the middle mouse button, assuming you have one of those, you could kind of pan out forward like this a bit and kind of see your surroundings. So this is what you're going to have to focus on a little bit to see what's coming ahead of you. Otherwise, you're kind of always determined on this predetermined camera spot on you. So if you want to see what's ahead of you, you're going to definitely have to get used to doing a lot of this just to make sure you're not walking into like, you know, a group of like 20 hybrids or something like that. Not that I have done that yet, but, you know, throwing it out there. So that's my only complaint so far about the game. Other than that, you know, for an early access game, an alpha still, it's really enjoyable. So let me start getting a look around of here, what's going on. We should be able to loot this bookshelf over here. So mid-cupboard, press E to search, we will do that. And here we have a borscht in a tube, grab some crackers, and some canned mackerel. Let's go ahead and take everything. Mind you, there's also a weight system involved here, so you can't necessarily just crowd your dude up with non-stop items, because you will have to, at some point or another, drop something off, or just take important things when you're on your excursions. The night temperature is unpredictable, it can drop really low in a blink of an eye. Many people have died in their sleep because of that. Try to find an empty house or a room without broken windows. It will provide you with some shelter from cold. Set a campfire next to your bed before having a rest. And also, do not sleep too long, and that's true, because you want to make sure that you're not sleeping too long, because you can die during your sleep, whether it's from the environment, or just some, asshole hybrid is gonna ambush you in your sleep. So, that's my bed. There was nothing in here to check out, I'm pretty sure. This cupboard has been pretty much taken care of. The campfire will give you another hint here. Try to light the fire. It is very important to understand how it works. There are two ways to set up a campfire. First, hit tab in the open lock, find an item called campfire in your inventory, and click with the right mouse button, select use, and close the lock by hitting tab. The second way is to equip the campfire in one of the supplementary item slots. So again, you could also put that like a little bit of a hotkey in a sense. So here, and I'll give you an example here. So for instance, here I have a campfire. You could hold E to examine it. This will tell you the kindle, everything right there involved, and then if you just want to kindle it, you press E and boom, there you go. This will warm you up quite a bit, and you want to do this every now and then because your dude will die, more than likely from, hypothermia than some monsters more than anything. So there you go. Let's turn this off for now. By the way, don't put, in a general sense, at least for your well-being, don't light any campfires in your house. Not really the best idea. This is a post-apocalyptic type of world, so different standards involved here. Paper, light survivor's outfit, and some borscht in a tube. So we'll take everything over here for now. Alright, so we got that under control. This is going to be our main exit. Doors. Code lock is a good protection from thieves. People often leave hints to recall the forgotten passwords. Some hints are more evident than the others. Try to look around, maybe you'll get lucky. However, it does not matter how strong the lock is. If it's mounted on a wooden door, the wooden doors cannot withstand an axe. So you could always break down doors if you can't figure out the code lock for them, which is not going to admit anything. Oh, by the way, the wardrobes, you could hide in them. So if you're getting overwhelmed by enemies, you could always hide. I'm not going to admit anything, but the first few times that I played this, I couldn't figure out how to get the hell out of here, so I had to smash open my door each and every single time until I realized, oh, this right here is the key. However, as I've mentioned, it's kind of hard to level the camera sometimes, so that might not come out really well on YouTube, but that's 1927 to get out of this house, so just take my word for it. Let's continue searching around over here. What do we have on this endeavor? We have an old safe. Let's search it. Absolutely nothing involved in there. It's unfortunate. What about this wardrobe? Nothing. Alright. Let's open this bad boy up. And what do we have here? Another sleeping spot? Or a sleeping bag. I don't think... Oh, I could actually take this with me, huh? Huh. Let me grab this. I've never taken the sleeping bag with me, so that might be a little bit beneficial for us. Then over here, what do we have? Nothing. Alright. What about this little dude? Medical chest, maybe? Raspberry jam, packed lunch, Tokarev 217, and another light survivor's outfit. We're getting stocked up in those quite a bit right now. And we also have a toolbox over here with a gunpowder. Excellent. As you can imagine, you're going to probably need gunpowder to make your ammunition later, since it is kind of really limited. You have a cabinet over here, pack of spaghetti, crackers. We'll grab everything over here. Now, at the same time, some of the stuff that we do have, don't punch the cabinet, Falcon. It's done nothing to you. At the same time, you could dump stuff off over here, right? So my cabinet, let's make this my, I don't need this, might as well leave it here cabinet. Paper might be useful to actually burn fires, so I'm not gonna leave it. Matches, probably the same thing. Battery, we'll take it for our flashlight. Cyanide, this is to kind of commit suicide. It's pretty much the only thing I've really gotten any hints out of it, so let's see. Let me equip the light survivor's outfit. Borscht in a tube, I'm not sure what this is for, so how about we just leave this bad boy over here? Later on, maybe we'll figure out what it's for. There's a crafting system involved too, so I might have to take a look at that. Canned mackerel we will take just because, you know, once we start getting hungry, we might want to eat. Sleeping bag is to just sleep whenever we can. Raspberry jam is food. Pack lunch. What the hell is Tokarev? Tokarev T17. And we already have one of these equipped, right? So we might as well leave this one behind. Gunpowder is good to go. Pack of spaghetti. You know what? Let's leave the gunpowder behind for now because we might not be able to craft it yet. Pack of spaghetti and Tokarev. Alright, so we'll leave that stuff behind. Let me go into my inventory here to give you an idea as to how this works. Inventory, let me equip my old axe, obviously. That's going to be my primary weapon. And unfortunately, usually he starts off with a gun, at least in my last run, so I got no gun this time around. I'm rather upset about that. Small flashlight we will also equip. This is going to go into our gadgets. And we also have some bags that you could kind of equip to carry more items with you. So I think for the most part we're fine. Light survivor's outfit, we already have one of these, don't we? What happens if you break this? You just break it. Okay, what's fine. I don't mind losing that because I have an extra one already in reserve anyway. The Tokarev is the gun. Okay, well, if I knew anything about guns, I would have probably known that. So let me equip this one as well. Excellent. And we got some clothes racks. Oh, this is from what we broke down, so maybe this is actually useful for making fires of some kind. We'll take it along for us with it for now, though. Skills, you actually will level these things up as you go along here, so we'll keep that in mind. This is the map of the current area. Manual tells you how to control and craft here. Speaking of crafting, let's take a look at this right here. Ammunition. This requires what? 12mm shells, gunpowders, and melted lead. Right, so we need shells, we need gunpowder, and we need melted lead to make this happen. That's not going to happen anytime soon, though. Building materials, big planks. We could probably get some logs relatively easy. Firewood, you just need 2 small planks, and then big planks for the small planks. Gotcha. In terms of food, there's a lot that you could kind of mess with, but again, it's all a matter of you actually finding the items out there for your survival. Campfire is going to be really easy to build, although you need firewood for that, so I think there's some outside that we can grab. Sleeping bag. Oh, you need cloth rags for that and sewing threads. Well, good thing we already have one at the very least. Fishing tackle is so you could fish, I would imagine. And then weapons, handcrafted axe, Molotovs. Good to know. Alrighty. So for now, I think we're good. Building, what the fuck is this? Oh, small hut. You can make your own small hut, really. I've never gotten that far, so I'm not sure if we ever will, but we'll see. Alrighty, so there you go. That's the basics. We have ourselves relatively equipped to go outside, so let's go ahead and do that. We're not going to be able to go through that door for now. So I think I've checked everything else over here, so it's time for us to take on the great wide outdoors here. So let's open this up. E to examine, and we have 1927, enter. That's going to open the door, open it up. Alrighty, here we go. Oh, by the way, we might as well refuel the flashlight here. Or I guess recharge the battery, not refuel it. I don't think it's a gasoline-powered flashlight here. Alrighty, so one of the things we should take a look at is this over here. That is our body temperature, so we have to definitely mitigate that as we go along. And one of the first places I'm going to go to is probably down this side over here, I'm going to say, and see what is available to us. Alright, apologies for that. I was having some sort of framing issue, so I decided to go into the back and cancel out a few programs that I had going on, so everything's all good. Anyways, I was trying to say, zones. You can travel from one location to another walking into any transition zone. Green diagonal lines will be the indication on the ground floor for you to do that. So we're going to be going down this way. In terms of zones, there's only, I think, a limited amount of zones right now available in the game, but as the game progresses, more zones will become available, more like areas to kind of focus on. Right now we're at 200 health, which is good. Our food, hydration, and cold levels and sleep levels are relatively okay for now, so we will have to keep a look at them really soon, but for now we're okay. So right now this is where we're at. We're going to go over here. The red ones are obviously inaccessible for us. We're going to go down over here. Oof, you can see our coal just dropped immensely just coming over to this one. So that's going to be kind of a problem for us. Ooh, we're going to have to find somewhere to take shelter really, really soon. Otherwise, we're going to be dealing with frostbite. Holy shit. Hey, I wasn't even ready for this, man. Righty. So this is one of the hybrids here. Let me just smack him with an axe over here. He's always getting some good smacks on me. Yeah, you think about what you just did right now, my friend. I just barely came in here, I'm freezing, and you decided to attack me. Where is your sense of honor, you motherfucker? Okay, that was a little bit terrifying just because it was unexpected. But that's one of the easier enemies. There's going to be some really crazy ones out there. Right now, we're actually freezing to death, and I am relatively upset about that because this happened a little bit too soon than I thought it would. There's a dumpster in here that I could hide in. Well, that's not going to really do much for our cold. We need to find some shelter and get a campfire going on, otherwise we're gonna get fucked really, really soon. And again, oh, holy shit. That's a huge dude, fuck that. I'm not gonna deal with him. This is probably the worst map of all time. This is like the shittiest fucking spawn spot of all time. I've never had this bad of an issue transitioning from one map to another, especially from the house map to this. Alright, so I'm not really happy about this, as you can imagine, but we continue going forward. One enemy right off the bat, and then a giant dude next to him. There is probably what looks like a cabin here of some kind. Hopefully these windows are not broken so we can get inside and get some shelter going on over here. Speaking of shelter, let me extract some firewood over here. Alrighty, we need to actually need some of this so we could kind of get our own campfire going on. Please let me be open. Oh god, you need a code? You need a fucking code, don't you? The lock is broken. I might have to break this down. The only thing is that breaking stuff down will cause noise, which will, alert enemies to your position here. So let me try this out. We have really no choice right now, do we? Okay, so that's been broken. Let me turn my flashlight on and make sure that we're not getting ambushed here. Alrighty, so it's got a pan. Remember, you gotta pan all the time because the camera will sometimes dick you over. Loaf of bread, messenger bag. That's good stuff. However, right now, if I'm right, my health should be dropping because of the hypothermia, and it totally is. Crackers, cooking pod, medium backpack. I'm grateful that we're getting some good stuff. However, right now, we have bigger fish to fry. No pun intended. Don't attack that door, please. So, was this a campfire? No, it's not. We could... Is this... That's fucking broken windows, isn't it? Totally is. Okay. I have a sleeping bag, remember. Let's just keep an eye on... Oh, there is probably something here. So let's do this. Let's close this off. There's no door here. That's a problem. Okay. All of these windows are broken, unfortunately. That's not even a bed. Thought it was a bed. It's a sofa. Why don't you sleep in the sofa, bro? It's all good. And this window over here is also broken, so we're gonna get fucked really soon. I should probably just go back home and consider my options here. Because, yeah, this is completely open. Let's see about dropping a campfire here if we can. Building materials, let's do into survival, campfire. Let's create one of these bad boys here. Campfire. Set that up. And we'll set this up like maybe here. Press E to set campfire. Sure. Okay. So let's see if this does anything for our health. It's totally not. Yeah, it's because of that window. Although it's stuck at 113 right now. It's down to 112. Okay, never mind. That's a big issue then, because we're not going to be able to sleep here after all. I'm going to have to head... Oh! Actually, it's going back up, it seems. It's up to yellow now. And that's up to green now. Sweet, don't step into fire though, Falcon. It's super heavy metal, which we're not right now. Okay, so let's search this cupboard. We have a bicycle bag. We'll take everything. Probably a Queen reference in there. And yeah, our hypothermia is, or at least our problem is pretty good now. Temperature's kind of back up. So really quickly, we have some bags. Let's equip some of these really fast here. Sleeping bag. That's not the right bag I was looking for. So let's do a messenger bag. And we'll do a medium backpack. And we'll also do a bicycle bag. As you can see, all of those are increasing our overall weight limit. So we have 22 of 173. So that's really good. Alrighty. So, temperature is under control to a degree. Let me turn this flashlight off to conserve some of the power here. Alright. And let's see. This we already checked out. I just forgot about it because I was kind of freaking out because I thought we were going to die already. It's really bad. Don't die too early, man. I mean, I expect to die a lot in this game. That's what the gist of it is. It's just basically how long you can survive. So it's kind of like Project Zomboid in that sense. But I would like to at least survive a little bit here. Cooking pod, tooth powder, small metal box. So let's take everything over here. We do have the weight capacity for it right now anyway. Alright, anything over on this side? Not particularly. Okay. Probably turn this flashlight back on as I can't see dick. I also apologize if the video is kind of dark. The game is really dark, and dark colors and YouTube don't really get along too often. So I might just have to brighten this in post production. So I'll let you guys decide whether it's dark enough or not, and if it is, then cool. If not, then I'll just add like a light shader to it next time around. Here I could just wardrobe? Search? Yeah. Pack of spaghetti, matches, some port wine. Wine is also pretty good to keep you warm, as you can imagine if you're a, you know, semi-drinker occasionally. Alcohol will warm you up a little bit. Not telling you to go out there and try it if you're underage just to prove me wrong or right, but just try to take my word for it. If you're of age, then go ahead and, you know, get plastered. It's all good, man. I'll probably be right there behind you. So, let me go and get some temperature up, and I think we want to go back home. We got a relatively good haul from this endeavor over here. So let's just hang out here. Don't step on the fire, Falcon. Alright, temperature. Let's do my thing here, man. I'm dropping health. Come on. Might as well turn this off meanwhile. Alrighty, so it's going back up, which is good. Alrighty, we're relatively okay on the hydration and the hunger front. Sleep front, we're also pretty good. So none of those really worry right now. Right now it's just basically trying to get some warmth and making it back to home because, you know, there's a giant monster over there for one, which I don't want to deal with. Alrighty, so we're good? Alrighty, let's, might as well choke this fire out, right? Think I did? Yeah, okay. So now let's just get the hell out of here as soon as we can. If we can get back home, if we can make it back home, then I will feel like this first excursion was pretty good. Because we did get some food and we got some items to probably craft with as well. So again, it's a matter of just kind of taking it easy, taking it slow. You don't necessarily want to do too fast, otherwise you will get stuck in a big predicament here. Let me turn my flashlight on, and again, this is the whole thing I was talking about, the whole panning thing. So again, this is going to look probably a little bit too dark on YouTube. I might have to run a filter after all. But again, you guys let me know how you feel about the video quality in terms of how dark it is. Especially, it's not really a problem so often in computers. It's more of a problem on mobile devices. So if you're on a tablet or a phone, for instance, it might be really, really super dark. So again, you guys let me know, and I'll try to do something that kind of works for everybody here. There's a car over here. I'm not sure if you could scavenge that car, but right now I think my biggest concern is getting back home and warming it up right now. So yeah, let's go back. Fuck that. Yeah, let's go back. So again, we dropped a little bit going from one zone to the other, but that's fine. As long as I'm home, I should feel relatively safe. Assuming I even know how to get back home. It was this way, right? No, it wasn't that way. We came in through like a different area then. I remember this car being here. Alright, this might be a problem. I thought we were gonna make it back home safely, but so fucking dark, man. Why are you so dark? I could search this car. Sure, we'll take the metal scrap for now. It's not my biggest concern now is my health and my hypothermia just fucking me over here. Okay. Nothing here, just like what looks to be like some lost hen houses of some kind. Guess we'll have to go around all around this fence here. I would really like to appreciate it just kind of spawning where I left off, but apparently the game wasn't going to have it that easy for me. Is that my house? It better be, man. Otherwise, I'm not sure if I'm going to survive too long here. That seems to be a dry or a frozen over well. Oh, okay, this looks familiar. This is looking familiar. Fresh snow? I'm not going to dig that right now, man. I have bigger fish to fry. Can't get in through there. Are you shitting me right now? Like, are we just fucked? Oh, okay, I'm just apparently fucked. Oh, let me go up these. Okay. Oh my lord. 73 health. Come on, man. Don't do me dirty this way, game. Oh, there's a door. Okay, we might make it still. Closest behind me. Thank you. I'm really paranoid about doors. I've talked about this before. Oh, I left this door open. That was a bad move on my part. Okay, we're inside. There is a campfire here. Don't we have set up? So let's kindle this bad boy. Alrighty, so we're gonna definitely be able to warm up at the very least. Hoo-wee, that was scary. Let's turn off this flashlight. My lord, my lord. Alrighty, guys, how about we call it an episode here? This was episode number 1 of Frozen State. We're gonna probably keep going with this a little bit more, so if you guys have any tips you want to leave, please be, feel free to do so. It's really beneficial to me, because again, I'm not a really, expert at this game by any means of the imagination. And let me actually pause the game here so we're not, you know, wasting valuable time. Other than that, I encourage you to leave a thumbs up, leave a like. The support really does mean a lot, especially for a new series. Is it going to be a series, Falcon? I'm not sure yet. We'll see. Depends on your support for it. But if you did enjoy it, I encourage you to leave a thumbs up. It helps the video. Not only that, it also helps the overall growth of the channel. So I really appreciate that. Other than that, guys, I will catch you next time.